Hi, what's up? It's Snow, and this is Snow by the Day, and today we're going to do something different. We're going to do a budget with me. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I've been very nervous because, as we all know, it's not always easy to talk about your finances, and in our society, kind of finances are taboo and a hush-hush. I kind of want to be a part of breaking that mold, so I'm going to share with you my budget. I might not be sharing everything because, hey, I'm a work in progress. I can't just jump out there all willy-nilly. I have to be comfortable with doing this too. So I'm going to share as much as I can share and hope to just share with y'all how I budget and how I manage my money. So we're not going to have a long intro, so let's get into it. So before we get started, I wanted y'all to kind of see the template that I used. I've been using this template for 2 to 3 years now. And I just printed it up to fit my A5 that I have, because that's where I'm going to house my my finances and stuff for this time. But it always starts with the income and a balance before paycheck. I think it's always important to note how much money you have before your paycheck hits, and I tend to move everything into savings. So I had $400 left over in my bank account before my paycheck, so I moved that over into my savings, and then I go into my bill expenses. And as you can see, I've already started writing those things down. So I'm going to finish up with internet, which is $79.54. My car, which is $420, due $420. No, it's due $417, and it's $22,853. My Bank of America card, number 1, $16, and due the 18th, and those balance minimum payments was $31 and $25. And what's so funny about this is at the beginning of the year, I had no credit card balances. I had paid off all my credit card debt, and I just be like, oh, well, I be trying stuff out, basically, of trying to say, like, I'll pay for something with my credit card so I can continue building up my credit, and I'll just move that money right over once it posts, and, I have the bill. But, yeah, I'm not obviously disciplined enough to do that, so I had a little whoopsie on that, but it's not nothing like tragic. Like, it's not how it was. So I'm working on paying those back, and as you can see, I literally could pay it back. Whatever the balance is on those, I can literally pay it back, y'all, with that. But with the crisis that we're in right now, I'm just gonna take a pause on that because it's my money and I need it now. So yeah, insurance is $203.94, and I don't have a due date for this because it's automatically taken out of my account. So I don't know the due date. I just know when it's usually posted, so I never put a due date for that. For groceries this month, I'm budgeting for $500. I usually do 4, and I usually break it up by the weeks. Like if it's a 4-week paycheck or a 5-week paycheck, I will break up between $400. But because of, we don't know when people gonna buy up all the tissue or all the soap, when I see something, I get it because we're in quarantine. So I notice I spent a little bit more money, so I'm just gonna budget for that this time. My allowance is $500. I know that might sound like a lot, but my allowance includes a lot more things. So it has like my weekly cash, my gas, my nails, and then also like when I buy frivolous things, like buy stickers and stuff like that, usually that money comes out of this allowance money and not out of my bill. So I have 2 bank accounts, basically. I have a bill bank account, and then I have like my fund money, that's what I call it, and every month it's automatically drafted from my primary checking account. So I just went to the bank and they just set it up. So every time I get paid, $500 out of that check goes into a separate account, and that's my fun debit card. That's where I spend money, gas, nails, hair, stuff like that. For doctor's appointments or medicine, I canceled my doctor's appointment. It's my 2nd time canceling. He probably gonna be mad at me, but he gonna have to deal with it because I'm not going into no hospital, no doctor's office if I don't need to. I'm just not gonna put myself at risk for that. So I'm just gonna budget for my money, and I always pay myself $100 a month. Last year was the first year that I did it, and I freaking loved it. I wanted to push up on how much I pay myself, like bump it up to 2, but I also know I have a ton of medical bills that I need to pay, so yeah, that goes to something else. So I pay myself first, $100, and then I have like my subscriptions, which I kind of feel like when I first started doing subscriptions and I cut my cable, I was like, this is gonna be cheaper than cable. But now I'm starting to think that it's getting to a point where my subscriptions plus my internet costs more than me just having cable. Then my last subscription is Experian, which is like a credit watcher, which is also not necessary, but I'm really anal about my credit. Then I have this one account, which is a Wells Fargo account, which is my sinking funds account, and that's usually where I put my money for my medical bills. Usually transfer $500 into that account every month, and I should be just paying these people off their money, but I have a tendency to build this account up and then I'll call them and like make a big payment. Yes, it probably could put me in bad standing, but I just still struggle with giving people money that I feel like is not justified. I pay a lot of money in health insurance, y'all, and when I get these medical bills, it pisses me off, and I do not want to give them my hard-earned money, especially when I'm already giving them hard-earned money up front, and it's not a little cheap health insurance account, y'all. Like, it's something. So my total amount for all of that is $3,327.42. So basically that's all my bills and expenses, okay? And then I go back and put all my confirmation numbers, and then I go and put if they're paid or not. So I'll come back to that later. We're gonna move over to this other spreadsheet that I have, which is this first spreadsheet is for the allowance money. You remember right here, our allowance money that I have right here that automatically goes into my fund account. This is where I track this. My allowance includes $500, and every week, so within that $500, I have my weekly cash, which is $50 a week that I have to play with. I have gas, that's $20 a week, which equals up to $80, and then I have my nails, which is $50, and then that remaining money is kind of just like play money, or like if I want to like give money to somebody or pay for someone's lunch or take my mom out to lunch, stuff like that. That's what that remainder of that money is for. But I'm really not pressing to use it because I also transfer that money over into my savings account once the paycheck is over. So as you can see, so for like week 1, when we come over to week 1, I write down how much money I spent out of that 50. When I come down, I write how much I spent of this 80 for gas, and then I come down and write how much I spent from my nails on these weeks, and it goes by week by week by week. And if there's a 5th week, I'll make a 5th week box or whatever. But at the end of the time, I look to see how much I did not spend, and then I take all that money and I move it into my 52-week challenge. And that's another thing. If y'all would like to know about my 52-week challenge and how I do it, please let me know in the comments below. But if it makes sense, I go by a cash system. So whatever I have left out of that cash at the end of the week, I go and put it up in my money box, basically, and it's my 52-week box. And I do week by week by week like that. That's another way that I save. So this is my debt tracker for my credit cards. So this credit card, my Bank of America number 1 is 8068, and Bank of America number 2 is 123 and 23 cents. And my card balance is $4,133.29. So like I said, I could pay that off. That's really nothing. I could have paid that off with my remaining balance before my paycheck, but yeah, we're keeping our coins. And this is how I save my savings. I paid myself. I started off, so all I got to do is count the months. So January, February, March, April. So I started off the balance with $300, and I added an additional $100. And then if I did add any more, I can just, or subtract any, I just put it in this box, and then at the end of the month, I'll go and recap and put the new balance. Paycheck transfer, which is into my savings. So I started with $4,674, and I moved over 400, and that led me to $5,074, which I'm so excited because that was one of the goals that I had on my vision board, or I had set for the years, that I wanted to hit $5,000 in my savings account. And I'm so happy to see that I hit it way before. It's not even halfway through we're not even halfway through the year, and I've already reached my goal. So I'm excited about that. And I told myself that I will continue to add money into my savings account, but once I reach my 5,000, I would start my house fund. And lucky me, I reached this. And so I was able to get that stimulus the same day that I got paid. It's the same day my stimulus hit, and I told myself that I was going to use my whole stimulus to start my house fund, and so that's what I'm going to do. So I started with $0. I started with $0 in my house fund, and I was able to add $1,200, and I was able to add $400. That money came from another situation that is not a part of my income, but I received that money from someone, and I decided to add it to my house fund. So as of right now, I'm sitting at $1,600 for my house fund. Yay! I'm trying to get it, y'all. I'm so freaking excited. So when I come down to my financial goals, things that I want this month. This month, I want to save $500 to $700, and I want to move that over into savings. And I think I wanted to particularly move into the house fund. Move into the house fund. So as of right now, I have met my little savings that I wanted, which is the $5,000, but I also want to start building my house fund. So I'm thinking if I can spit out this money into this house fund, I can equal this out, and then I can flip back over into my savings and build my savings over. And you get what I'm saying? Like, I hope that makes sense. I'm hoping to flip-flop between these savings accounts. I want this to hit 5, and then I want my house fund to hit 5, and then I want to go back to my savings and build that up. And I just kind of want to flip-flop like that, while I'm also going to build this sinking fund, and hopefully this all will come out and I can use that money towards these medical bills, or I could just put it into these savings. But I need to work on the medical bills, y'all, because it's a mess. It's a mess. So before I finish, I do want to talk about some paycheck to-dos, and I broke it down into important needs and wants. This kind of helps me think about things, how I want to spend my money. I know something that is very important, y'all, is my grad fees. My grad fees. I need to do that. Basically, that's paying for my diploma. Like, I haven't paid for it enough, and that is going to be, what was it? $24.45. Things I need printer ink. My friend was so graciously enough to lend me her printer, and it's already blinking for some black ink, so I need to start looking around to see how much that's gonna cost. And things I want is a round corner punch, and I want some clear dividers for my A5, and I also want a gel kit. I do have the dip kit coming in, but I want a gel kit as well. So this kind of just will guide me like on my weekly allowances that I have, like my little play money, whatever. These are things that I can sit and think about to see if I really want them. And so far, these are the 3 things that I know I really want to purchase this month on this paycheck, and things that I need, and things that I really are important. And then I have a room for notes. So I really hope this makes sense. I hope that, you know, y'all enjoyed this. I hope it made sense. If it doesn't make sense, please let me know. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know. So next time I do this, if I do this again, I hope that I do. It's just kind of weird, but let me know if you have any questions below in the comments. If you have any ideas for me, or just share what you think about it with me. Because I want to know. But anyways, I hope that you enjoy my budget with me. I'll see y'all next time. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, because y'all, I'm trying. And make sure you subscribe, because I'm always looking for new things to talk about and new people to connect with. So I'll see y'all next time. Deuces.